Here we're going to look at integer subtraction, problem type 1. So all we're going to do is just subtract. -7 minus 5 and 3 minus 6. Now here's something that you should really put in your notebook. We can always rewrite subtraction expression as an addition expression. I call this the bump bump. The first thing we do is we change subtraction to addition. Bump. And then the second thing we do is we change the sign of the number that was subtracted. So bump. So this is what it looks like. If we take this original problem, -7 minus 5, and we do our bump bump, bump bump, it becomes a little bit easier because addition in our minds is a lot easier than subtraction. So the first bump changes the subtraction to addition. That's the bump here. And then the second step changes the sign of the next number. So it becomes opposite. It was a regular 5, so it becomes a -5. That's what these words here say. Change the 5 to a -5. Now what do we have? We have -7 plus -5. Those are both negative, so they're the same sign with a plus sign. So we just add their values and then the sign's negative. And see this little y? Whoops. You ask why? Here's why. When we're adding two negative numbers, we ignore the signs at first because both of the signs are the same. So we just add them up. 7 and 5 is 12. But the answer has to have the same sign as both of the others. So that means the answer has to be negative. Let's look at one more example. Okay, so now we look at 3 minus 6. Here's our bump bump, right? 3 minus 6, bump bump. It's the same thing as 3 plus a -6. Now here you'll notice that these two numbers have different signs. So that means we subtract the values and the answer has the sign of the biggest number. So see this y? Here's the explanation. In 3, that's what I just said. In 3 plus -6, we're adding positive and a negative number. So in other words, different signs. So first, ignore the signs and subtract the smaller from the larger. So that gives us the 3. Then we got to figure out the sign. Well, the larger number always gives the sign. So that's where we get the negative. Okay, so if we look at our original problem, we've got -7 minus 5 is -12, 3 minus 6, -3.